Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Chicago White Sox March to October, the first episode of the postseason here in season 4. You could definitely make the case that this is the most important postseason run, the most important World Series championship that we'll be trying to win in this entire March to October. Because not only will it be our third straight, so we'll have that three-peat under our belts, but also we have to define our legacy of having the greatest regular season record of all time, or the most wins of all time. We can't become the 2016 Golden State Warriors who won 73 games but then didn't win the finals. Or I guess even a better example would be we can't be the 2001 Seattle Mariners who won 116 games and didn't even make it to the World Series. So we have a first round matchup of the Los Angeles Angels. We actually have a pretty tough game we're loading into here to start. But before we do that, I want to take a look at the Angels and see what their team is looking like. See what we might have to deal with. So first of all, they were a wild card team and they won the wild card game against the Astros, which I'm glad about. I kind of touched on it in the stat recap. But if you didn't see that, the Astros are still the third ranked team. So even though their record wasn't as impressive as usual, they would not have been an easy matchup. You know, they're the third ranked team for a reason. So hopefully the Angels will be a better matchup for us, even though they did have a better record on the season and beat the Astros. That's another interesting thing, just looking at their at this standing screen. The Angels had a losing record at home. They were 40-41, so they did all their damage on the road. They were a very good road team, 52-29. So I don't know, maybe having home field advantage isn't really an advantage in this series. But I want to look at their team also. I want to look at who we're going to have to face. So we'll start with the pitching, and they do have a pretty good pitching core, I guess, which is weird to say about the Angels, but all their starters pretty solid overalls here. 82 is the lowest. Bieber, I'm sure, just pitched the wild card game, so that's why he's not at the top of the rotation. But remember, they were the ones who signed Giolito after I decided not to bring him back so I could get Shohei, and he had a pretty not great season. He had a good one the first year at the Angels, but this year he fell back. ERA up over 450. Then you got Patrick Sandoval at an 87 overall, and he had a good year, but not anything crazy. Shane Bieber, he was probably their best pitcher. A lot of strikeouts. The ERA just above 3. He'd be the toughest one, so it's a good thing we don't have to face him right away. And I don't know if we would even face these two guys, but Griffin Canning, ERA over 5, and then Clevenger also had an ERA over 5. So if either of them pitch, that'd probably be good for us. Their bullpen, though, it's kind of, we've kind of skewed the way that I can look at bullpens here because our bullpen is so good. But this bullpen is actually pretty solid too. I remember this Sam Bachman guy. I think it was 2 seasons ago. I was playing against the Angels in just a random regular season game, and he shut me down for a while. I had a lot of trouble hitting him for whatever reason, and he's up to an 81 now. They got Detmers also as a lefty out there, so a couple of guys, couple starters who haven't gotten to crack that rotation. This dude was really good in the regular season, but his rating isn't that great. He has a running fastball. You don't see that too often. Corey Knebel was also on the team. He did not have a good year. This setup guy, dude, Aubrey Hagen, he did not pitch much. He hasn't pitched much, but he has a 97 hits per 9. On legend difficulty, that is going to give us some small PCIs. And then their closer, Jose Suarez, I don't know now. I think I saw at some points when it popped up at the bottom, he was leading the league in saves. He definitely had more saves than Hendricks did, but I don't know, something about him just doesn't scare me. Maybe it's just the fact that he's a lefty and we tend to match up with lefties better. But then offensively, this is pretty much still who you think of when you think of the Angels intact. It's really just Shohei that's the big piece missing, but David Fletcher's still there. Brandon Marsh stuck around. Obviously Trout. Walsh up to a 91. Rendon, he's been playing good. We'll look at their stats a little bit more in depth. Fletcher's not any better or worse than you'd expect, really. Brandon Marsh did have a pretty solid year. Mike Trout, he just keeps doing Mike Trout things, but he has finally started regressing progressing here at 33 years old, so he's down to a 96. Haven't really seen that impact his numbers though, so he's always going to be a scary guy to face. Jared Walsh is like basically Gavin Sheets, but a little bit better. Definitely going to be scary to face him with a righty. Anthony Rendon has been pretty good in his time on the Angels in this universe, and he probably had one of his best seasons so far this year. You got this young dude, Jeremiah Jackson. Nothing too special out of him. Kind of just an all-around guy. Kind of the same with this guy. Nothing too special from his numbers. Joe Adell, he still hasn't gotten it turned around. Still working on it there. Then their catcher, nothing too scary there. Their bench also doesn't really have anybody notable. So yeah, I don't know. I think this team is kind of top heavy, especially on the offensive side, but there is nobody that we have any trouble matching up with. Our team is so far and away better than any other team we'll face. But that does remind me of one thing to point out. Remember last postseason we had this same issue, except it was in our lineups versus right-handed pitchers with a DH. They just got rid of the whole DH position as an option here. So we're going to be dealing with the same thing whenever we face a lefty starter this time, where our starting pitcher is just going to be hitting, and that's just got to be the way it is. Which actually, I guess the least I can do is move him down in the order to 9. But I do think if we had to pick one side for that whole DH issue to happen versus lefties is probably better, because I feel like in general you face more righties. But we are ready to hop into this game, and we got to lock in immediately, because this might be the best run scoring chance we get. Bases loaded with only 1 out. We're down 3. It is Giolito on the mound with Vaughn at the plate, and Vaughn's got to come through. All right, here we go. Lock in right away. Actually, let's take a look at what's gotten us here. Who has given up 7 runs? Well, I guess it has to be Shohei, doesn't it? Shohei only made it 3 1/3 before giving up 5 runs, and then Kopech came in and still gave up 2 more. We have a home run from Zach Collins, couple of hits from TA, and now we're about to have a bases clearing double from Andrew Vaughn. Oh, that was the pitch, and I even turned on it. Oh, and he kept that in the zone. I really didn't even think that was close. All right, well, that sucks, but at least we have a better matchup here, and Collins already has a homer. Oh, no, that completely froze me. Oh, that is a terrible way to finish that inning. Not just 2 strikeouts, but 2 strikeouts looking. Oh, no. Well, now we just have to create everything ourselves. We have 3 innings to do it. I'm going to stick with Kopech also. This isn't an easy play. Okay, we got it, though. Cannon from Kopech. Oh, what is that? Come on. Oh, my God. Wait, he's going to third? Okay, well, thanks, game. You know what? We can push it off to the side now. There's no reason to be frustrated or confused about anything, because the end result is probably as it should have been for a pitch and a swing like that. Come on. Give him the swing. No, game. We got him 0-2, and then he's made some takes on really good pitches. I don't know about this pitch. I don't know. Oh, it did get him. Dude, I don't know how nobody struck out that inning with some of the pitches they swung at, but nothing was hit like probably over 65 miles per hour, if even. It might not even have reached that. Why are they sticking with Giolito? He's out of energy. He's given up 4. That's gonna drop in, right? There we go. I'll take a bad swing base hit and I won't run myself out of it. And he's still in the game. What are they doing? Oh, I took off with Turner, but it doesn't matter because Yoan Moncada just went deep on a fastball right down the middle with 2 strikes. There we go. That is big. Now we're only down 1, and we still have 3 full innings because we have no outs yet here in the 7th. Man, honestly, it feels like it's been a long time since I've hit a Yoan Moncada home run. All right, and that gets Giolito out of the game, and they go to Knebel. So it's just sit, heat, react, knuckle, curve. It's like facing Kimbrel. Oh my God, there's no way. It was a 3-0 count, and he threw nothing but 4-seam fastballs that entire at bat. Oh, of course. That is the pitch that I thought was being thrown when I struck out with Luis Robert. That's why my swing was so bad. There we go. We'll finally draw the walk. And it's Colson Montgomery who got the assignment of being DH with Ohtani pitching. Oh, we're going to move up to second. Base hit might score him now, depending on where it goes. Oh, and I am under it again. He's thrown so many fastballs up since coming into this game. You'd think I'd be ready for it. And I was too ready for it that time. I tried to check swing and it just didn't let me. So we're going to have to move on. At least we got 2. Cut the lead down to 1. Can't really be mad about that inning. I'm going to turn it over to Johnny Lasagna here to keep it right where it's at. Oh my god. So they're just not going to strike out in this game is what I'm gathering from these first couple innings. The close takes, the foul balls on pitches they're reaching at. Yeah, no. We're not getting a single strikeout. There we go. Finally. Guess all you got to do is start complaining. That should be 2. Definitely missed my spot, but it turns out as a better result. Oh, they're bringing in that high hits per 9 guy. Let's see how small these PCIs are going to be. Oh, yeah, that's a small one. Even for Sheets with good numbers against righties. Oh, stop with the high heat. Do something with it, man. What is the left thumb doing? Wake up. Oh, this is rough, dude. This is rough. Okay, 4 straight balls to walk Collins. Brings Turner up. Probably a worse matchup. Oh, that was it. We got a 3-1 count and he threw it right there and I was too early. Okay, it still ends up in a walk, but dude, we got the pitch. It could have been so much more than a walk. I feel like I got a pinch run for Collins. If we got a base hit, we have to make sure it scores. So I guess that means we go to Angle off the bench. Ah, stop with that. Leave it up there. And I actually made a good swing and it's hit right to him. So we burned our bench guy there. We burned our speed off the bench. That's exactly what I knew would happen. You just know it would go either way, you know? Like, if we leave Collins in, I'm 100% getting a base hit that we can't send him home on. But since we took him out, we're of course just gonna get out. I'm gonna get Minter in here against a couple lefties this inning to hopefully keep it where it's at. There we go. Right to him. We'll take those. Not where that pitch is supposed to go. I mean, that's just terrible, though. Can't leave a circle change there on an 0-2 count. There we go. What a pitch, Minter. But now we got to face Trout. Is he still worse against lefties? Oh, yeah, he is. He definitely is. So we'll stick with Minter. Not the worst thing that could have happened with Trout up, but... Can we get it? We're not going to get him at second. That was the weirdest... So the whole reason why Luis Robert ran away from that is because I thought we were going to be able to switch into Turner to try and catch it. And could he have not gotten there to catch it to begin with? I mean, what are we doing here, Trey? Wait a second. I didn't even register how close this was as the play was going, but look at where it is there and look at how close Trey is. Stick up the glove and you've made the play. But instead, because it didn't switch me into Trey, he never gets locked into an animation and then it makes Luis Robert run the wrong way. Oh, that's actually MLB The Show at its finest right there. We'll just sit Jared Walsh down on 3 pitches. We're not going to play these games, game. And here he is, Jose Suarez, the lefty, the closer. We've got some good guys coming up here. Luis Robert to lead it off. Get through, get through. Okay, not a good pitch to swing at, but it works out. We got our guy on base. No, I didn't think that was the pitch that it was. I thought that was some kind of slider, curveball, whatever the breaking ball would be. Montgomery's not getting this at bat here. Gotta go to Sano. Sano's had some clutch postseason moments, so can he come up with one more? Oh, he's still keeping it alive, though. We missed the easy home run pitch, but at least he keeps it alive. We don't really have any more speed we can bring in off the bench. Scope is the only option left. No. Oh, that's gotta go. That's a perfect at the wall. And we got it. Oh my God, you just don't know sometimes. Perfects to center field. I can't believe I actually did that. Tim Anderson, the hero of game 1 of this postseason. I really did not think I was actually gonna pull this one out. When I just could not hit the bullpen, especially after I grounded into that double play, I thought that was it. There was that initial excitement of the perfect there. And then that faded so quickly because I thought we were going to get cheesed and it was going to stay in the park or it was going to get robbed or something. But it had just enough to make it over Trout's glove. That is so big. It is so big to start 1-0 instead of 0-1. Now we don't have the pressure on. 2 more wins to win this series. All right, so here we are. Remember, momentum, I don't think at least matters in the postseason. It's all just what kind of situation we're going to be loading into. So what do we got for game 2? We're winning this time. Hopefully a lot less stress as long as we can get out of this jam. But I'm going to save that for next time. I think we've had plenty of episode here. I don't think there'd be any reason not to end it on that walk-off home run. So guys, make sure if you enjoyed this one, hit that like button for me. And if you're still not subscribed to the channel, man, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We got the rest of this March to October to go, and then we're on to MLB 23. So guys, thank you all for watching today. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.